Hey, hey. Okay, here we go. Red Plum Photo, unique custom portraiture, specializing in seniors, weddings, family, and children in Mid-East Wisconsin and surrounding areas. Perfect. Awesome. Love it. It tells me what you do, where you do it. Um, I like the photo, but it doesn't like give me a real emotional connection. She's sort of like looking off. Her face is super serious. So I don't know. I love the light. It's really pretty, but you might want to consider something that is a little more happy. I don't know. It just doesn't I don't connect with the photo. Like as a photographer, it's gorgeous, but as a client, I wouldn't really connect to this. So, all right, we're going to go on here. We have home, about, portfolio, services, contact, blog, and login. I'm not sure why we need to log in, but I guess we'll get to that in a minute. And then we have all of our social links over on the left. Okay. So as a client, I am probably going to just keep scrolling here. And the first thing on here is about you. I don't care about you yet. And this is a really common thing on photographers' websites is like, you want to start out with like people getting to know you, and that's cool, but like clients don't care yet. They just don't. They don't want to know about you. They want to know about what you can do for them. So this needs to be something else. It looks like you have a little arrow here and it just pops back. That doesn't need to be there. That's really confusing. Just for reference here, websites that bounce, like what just happened, are not fun. They are confusing and frustrating because when people tap a button or a link, they expect it to go to another page. They expect another page to load when they click on something, either on mobile or on desktop. That is what we have been trained since like 1993, right? You click on something, something opens. That is how websites work. So websites that bounce around, I know they're really cool and they look like really fun and how they work and all of that, but it's really confusing when people aren't ready for it. So I personally do not like websites that bounce around. It also makes it really hard to link to things. And we'll get to that in a minute because I did kind of click around this for just a second before I opened it and your website bounces a lot. So we're going to keep scrolling here. So we have about you, and then this takes us back up to the top, which is not good. This needs to be about what you do for your clients. What you do for your clients. Like, this is what you'll get. You get this. You want this. You need this. Like, tell them what they want, tell them what they need. And then, let's see, about, I'm assuming is about you. Portfolio, services, contact. Okay, so when we drop to services, services pops open like a whole new menu. It doesn't even bounce. It does actually take me to another page, like you can link to this. So why don't these other things do that too? Honestly, you need to change this up here. It's my site. You need to change the title of your website. And it should be like Red Plum Photo, or like, honestly, it could just be Mid-East Wisconsin photographer. Like whatever your top search term, like what does it say right now? Portrait photographer, Red Plum, United States. You need to put your actual location up here because Google looks at this. So you want to target your area. Even if you travel, you still need to target your main area where you serve. Okay, so services actually does pop open its own page, but you straight up dive into pricing. So all your website is telling me, the only words on your website currently, I'm not going to touch the blog right now, but the only words on your website literally right now is about you and your prices. And I know that that's not the most important things to you, right? I would hope not. The most important things to you is family and connection and the emotion and what you're capturing, right? But your website is telling me that you and the price are the most important things. Pretty photos aren't enough, and your work is beautiful, but it's not enough. You have to make an emotional connection. You have to. There's no choice here. Emotional connections have to be made. So what you need to do here is we're going to part this out. No more bouncing. About You needs to be its own page, and it does not need to be linked to right here. Your portfolio needs to be its own page. Okay? What else is down here? I didn't even keep scrolling because it was so much. Oh, and your contact form needs to be its own page, period. Get rid of estimated guest count because that's like a wedding thing, and you do more than weddings. You do a lot more than weddings. So I would just get rid of that. And tell us about your project. How about tell me about you? Tell me your story. Then they can share whatever they want, right? But this needs to be its own page, especially because these social icons totally overlap this form, which is really frustrating. So this just needs to be its own page though. Okay, so you do need to break it up a little bit. Portfolio on its own page, About You on its own page, contact on its own page. And this needs to be an emotional connection here. Talking to the client about what they want, what they need, and how you provide it. Using you statements. Lots of you statements, not I, me statements, because we don't care right now what you like and what you want and any of that. But you need to tell the client what you do for them. And that needs to go here. And then you need to have a nice little link here that goes to what you offer, which can be the services tab. The only problem here is you really focus on pricing, which is fine. It can be at the bottom, but up here, I wouldn't call it services. I would call it the experience. And I would, or the experience or info or about sessions. Services makes me think of like a nail bar. Like I'm going to get my nails done and these are the services you offer. It's like a menu. It's not like, I know the word service means we're serving, but it comes across like one of those like commodity type things, like nails or a menu at a restaurant or like getting your hair done. That's what services comes to mind. And so I think you should make it something a little more high end, especially because like things like this is gorgeous. Like the piano in the field, like come on. How did you even get a piano to a field? Like that's crazy pants. And you need to be talking about these kinds of things and what you offer and what it is to work with you. Like after I contact you, what happens? Do you have a style guide? How do I know what to wear? Do you have dresses like this? Do you have a client closet? Like, do I have to pick the location? Do you pick the location? Like, answer these questions, girl. There's so many questions that you could be answering on this page. Talk about it. Make the connection with people. Tell them what you do and how you do it and what the experience is to work with you. Put in some reviews from past clients talking about why they loved working with you. Like all of this above the menu, you need like a nice big section here of why you do what you do. Like, or not why, but like how you do what you do. Because you don't want to say things like, I do this because, or I will give you, like, you need to use you statements. I know I've said that like 6 times already, but like, it's so key, to talk about it as a you. Like you could say, skip the traditional pictures and go the extra mile. You won't regret it. Right? Say, I am your girl. So you won't regret it. Let's go the extra mile. You won't regret it. Your family and fun times. Let's plan a session that's totally you, from clothing to props and locations. You'll have a hand in planning it all. Like, come on. It's really simple to reword it so that it's about them. Have it about them. Like this is great. Do you have a small business? Do you sell goods? Add professional images to your business to make your business stand out. You don't say anything about, I can make, no. Your business. Make your business stand out. That right here. This is what all of these should be. All of these. Every single one of these should have this vibe right here. Your business. What do you want? What do you do? That is what these should be. Maternity sessions are held around 34 to 37 weeks. You'll have your choice of maternity dresses from an exclusive client closet to make your session extra special. You don't even have to say I. There's no I in that. But it's telling them what they get. It's subtle, but it's really key. So you definitely need an emotional connection up here. And then even before you get to this, you can keep all this down here. I actually don't mind the menu at the bottom with the individual photos. It's laid out really nicely. You just want to switch the words up a little bit. But definitely change the title here. Give me information about working with you and how it works. And then a contact me button. That goes straight to your contact page. So your goal is going to be home, this information page, contact, with a little blip in here to your portfolio, which needs to be its own specific page, not right up on your home page. So you definitely have some work to do. You need emotional connections and a clear, concise path through your website. So we're parting it out. Every one of these things should be its own page. Your services page needs to be fleshed out, more about working with you and less menu vibes. Yeah, really parting it out and not having it jump so much, because like even then, like your portfolio, I've got to like scroll back up to go somewhere else. I've got to scroll back up to come over here to services. But then services, I have all my links up here, but there's no like clear way to contact you. So you definitely need a clear, concise path from your homepage to your contact page. Okay. I'm going to pop over here to your blog. Yep, blog is good. Blog is fine. Blog is standard. Though I will say, each one of your blogs, you should have a contact me in here somewhere. Contact me for more info about newborns. Or even just a button that says contact me that links over to your contact form. Like you don't even have to say contact me for more info. Just put contact me. And then they can keep scrolling to look at photos. It's like not a big deal. But you don't want them to get lost in your blog, because that could happen too. Like they could get in here and they're looking at all these beautiful photos and that's all great. And they go, oh, look, more newborn photography. Okay, there's only one newborn. Okay, so maybe I can come over here. I'll look at seniors. So basically we're sort of getting lost in this. Contact me. Every single page on your website needs to pull them back into that initial roadmap. Home, info, portfolio, contact. Or home, portfolio, info, contact. Either way. But you need to guide them through your website. When you make your portfolio page, okay, at the top of your portfolio page, it's going to say portfolio or my work or whatever you want to label it, gallery, whatever. Have a little paragraph about what you do, why they want you, why they should hire you, and a contact button or a more info button. I think on mine I have a learn more. Excuse me. So it goes from my homepage to learning more, but then if you click on galleries, it pops you over to learning more, because I always want people going to my service page where they can learn more about working with me and what I offer and what it is. And then from that point, I get them over to the contact. So every page outside of that main path needs to lead them back. So like even your about me needs to have a learn more or a contact me. I love this photo of you guys, by the way. I'm assuming that's you guys because it's next to your about me. But your work is beautiful. Like really, truly. So there's just some confusion and some hopping around here, and there's no clear path through your website. So you need a clear path through your website. And then your links up here should be home, information, portfolio, about, contact, blog. Like that's simple as that. I don't mind your social icons over here. That's totally fine, as long as it's not interfering with the important things here. Because what could happen is like they might not actually notice them over here during this point, but as soon as they get down to your contact, it's like, oh, look, I can just go snag her on Facebook, and then they're gonna go get lost in Facebook land. So you don't want that overlapping, like really important information like this. I also wouldn't necessarily put the links to your IG and your Facebook directly above your contact, because you're going to, again, you don't want people skipping this. This is the most important part. Getting people to fill out your contact form is the goal of your website. It is. That is the ultimate goal of your website, right? Gathering leads. So everything on your website needs to be streamlined to get them to this point and not to take them off of this page. Giving them links to Facebook and Instagram, a lot of people will just be like, oh, I just want to keep looking at her work, or I'm going to go follow her on IG, and that's going to be it. You're never going to see them again. And that's a problem. You want people to stay on your website as long as possible, but attention spans are short. So you really have like a minute to 2 minutes, and you can't expect them to know where to go or what to do or what to look at. So you have to handhold, and you have to tell them exactly what you want them to see and where you want them to go. And you right here are not the key thing. I'm sorry, but you're not. You can hate me and curse me out all you want. It's okay. But you're not the main thing here. Your photos are. Hiring you is the main thing. If someone wants to get to know you, they'll get to know you. Like, it's cool. But they can also get to know you by how you talk to them and how you give them information. Creating those emotional connections through your words and talking about what you're offering them is how they're going to want to get to know you. So don't worry so much about putting yourself out there right away. This is prime real estate right here, and you need to talk about what you're going to do for them. And then have a little button that says learn more. And it's going to take them over to the services page where you're going to have a whole bunch of information, like 2 whole paragraphs of working with you and what you do for them and how it all works. Lay it all out from contact to delivery. How does working with you work, right? And then from there, you can pop them over to your portfolio or to your contact page, or portfolio and then contact. You have a little button above the portfolio that you talk about a little bit of what you do. Contact me, and they can keep scrolling to look at your portfolio, right? So you definitely have some homework here. What is this login? I don't know what this is. And I'm not going to do it. I'm assuming that this is client galleries. However, I don't know. So I am not totally sure what login is, but I would just get rid of that. There's really no reason to have that. Oh, also, none of these pages, you need to have your logo up here somewhere. Like even if it's just off to the side or like right up at the top above. And this just says services my site. I think we talked about that. Yeah, you need to rename that. Your business name's not on here at all. I've just forgotten who you are. There's no logo, no information up at the top. And from here, I start scrolling and there's no logo. There's no information. And this is your name down here, but it needs to also say Red Plum Photo down here. Also, the footer should have your location. This is on every single page. Your footer needs to have your location, what you offer, like basically all of this information up here needs to be down here, along with a smaller sitemap. Home, services, galleries, blog, contact. Like you need to have like a whole little blip down in your footer about that as well. And I'm sure Wix allows you to do that. So you do have some work to do here. But I think you've got to start. You've got a foundation. I like your name. I love your photos. But your website, yeah, your website's not doing you any favors. So definitely separate all this out and work on creating that path through your website. Home, information, portfolio, contact. Work on creating that flow. And then every other page pulls into one of those. Your About Me links over to contact or over to services. Every blog links back over to services and what you offer. Your portfolio will have words. It doesn't have to be a lot, but it needs some words because Google likes words. And you're going to link back over to your contact or to your services. Learn more. Every single one of these pages needs to link back to that main path through your website. Okay? Every detour goes back to the path. That is your goal. Okay, if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out and good luck.